Hey everybody, I'm Geno Reynolds from The Real Opinion. I've been seeing a lot of documentaries lately. Here are 4 quick reviews for ones that I have really enjoyed. Listen to Me, Marlon. This is a documentary about the late great actor Marlon Brando. This movie includes excerpts from his hours of personal recordings. This movie is interesting because of the way he viewed Hollywood when he was acting. His thoughts about typecasting were ahead of its time because he always wanted to do different roles, so you didn't know what you were going to get. His recordings included his time filming Superman, and his thoughts on actors being digitized for movies were also ahead of its time. The film covered his time working on the majority of his most well-known films. It told stories that didn't pull any punches when it talked about some of Brando's more troubled times behind the scenes. For an interesting look at Hollywood told by one of its more interesting stars, check this one out. I am Chris Farley. Did you love the work of Chris Farley as much as I did? If so, you'll love this documentary about his life. It is a bit on the short side, but unfortunately so is his career. Though you will laugh through a lot of this, it is hard to watch because you know where it is headed from the beginning. Still, this movie captures who he was by stories being told by the people who knew and loved him the most. This is a must for fans of the big guy. The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? In the 90s, after the success of Tim Burton's Batman, Warner Brothers began to develop a movie that was supposed to be the rebirth of a franchise. That franchise was Superman. This documentary is the story behind that failed resurrection. We get to see what the story or stories would have been. We get to see concept art Nicolas Cage, who was cast as the last son of Krypton, in various Superman suits. This film covers many different sides of the story, and not to my surprise, many of them don't match up. We get stories from Kevin Smith, Tim Burton, and many other people involved in the whole process. It seems like this was a movie doomed for failure, and ultimately it never got made. After watching this, whether or not I thought it would be a good film, I would have liked to have seen it. Best of Enemies. As someone that works in television, I found this documentary about the debates between William F. Buckley and Gore Vidal from 1968 to be outstanding. This film covers the debates as well as their hatred for each other until the very end. This movie shows how their debates against each other pretty much invented the method that most, if not all, of television news stations use today. They captivated a nation by going for the jugular each time they squared off. This isn't a boring or uneventful documentary, though. It is extremely relevant to some of what we face as a nation right now. Plus, it is a really funny film as well.
Mr. Buckley, do you think miniskirts are in good taste?
On you, I think they are.
The way these two faced off was as entertaining and brash as it was intelligent.
Freedom breeds inequality. Now, I'll say it a third time.
No, twice is enough.
You don't even have to be a fan of politics to enjoy this one. This is about as entertaining as a history lesson could ever get. So there you have it, 4 documentaries all worth your time. And they say I don't like anything. But remember, it's only just one guy's opinion. I'm Geno Reynolds from The Real Opinion. Until next time.